Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. You may see some breaks because I'm going to try to cut out some airport announcements, but I'm stuck in an airport. I was supposed to be recording this at a different place, but my flight's been delayed. It's now almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and my body's still on Eastern time, so I guess I'm up at 5 a.m. Anyways, thankfully it was a successful trip, so it's always a good thing. I hope I'm with you in the comment section now. And as originally scheduled, I was supposed to be I was supposed to be maybe able to live stream this by the time I landed. Not happening now. Not with this delay. So I had to resort to the pre-recording. And without further ado, I have my two headlines I'd like to opine on, and I'm hoping that I'm engaging with you in the comment section. If not, I'll see you on Sunday. So just like that, I mean, they decided to just make announcements for the past 3 minutes. So I paused the video and then I'll resume it whenever I guess it's more suitable for you. I also tried to upgrade the microphone to come from this instead of the general phone. Anyways, two headlines. The first headline is you knew I was going to say the synagogue shooting that happened in Michigan. The second is Jim Clyburn announcing his re-election bid for another term in Congress. Let's do the Michigan one first. When it comes to the shooting there, I'm not gonna speculate as to the motivations of the guy. Even though there are reports out there, there's a report out there that he was an illegal alien, Lebanese background, family was killed in a recent airstrike by either the U.S. or Israel. I mean, I'm just gonna let the dust settle on that. But what I am gonna focus on is the safety and security of the preschool that was located within the synagogue. Because the security guard was armed, he was able to take out an assailant, or probably a better word for that is perpetrator. Is this a case of more guns mean more protection? It's just something that I thought about. And number one, it's unfortunate that we need this. I mean, armed guards in houses of worship and in schools. I mean, I grew up with armed guards in schools, but it was always above and beyond. Then Sandy Hook happened, and then Newtown, Connecticut happened, and then it just became the norm to have armed guards instead of something that was an extra level of protection. Another thought that's crossing my mind when I heard about this attack: how important is keep it? How important is it to delineate or not delineate between the actions of Israel and the safety and security of Jews throughout the world? A lot of people say that the two are very, very distinct and different, but it simply isn't. So those are two thoughts that are coming across my mind, and of course I'll be monitoring this closely, especially since I believe that me being a young man worshiping in synagogue should be the one on the front lines volunteering as a security guard, or at least trying to do my due diligence. Of course, I want to keep a close eye on this and see what I can learn for myself, my own safety and security. But how unfortunate. We need armed guards to protect worshipers. And I wouldn't even say just at synagogues. Between shootings in Texas and elsewhere, I mean, it's so sad. Now, transition to another topic. Same headline though. Isn't it a good thing that there was enough access to a firearm for the security guard to be there and to act on it? Until recently, there wasn't even clearance for security guards within any of the Times Square sensitive place to carry a firearm. Certain revisions to the concealed carry law had to be made to allow for authorized security guards to carry a firearm across 20 blocks or so in Midtown Manhattan. I mean, the whole Midtown Manhattan was a sensitive place, so it was illegal for them to carry a firearm, even if they were licensed and trained. So that just speaks to how extreme gun legislation could be. But in response to the school shootings that happened, some people on the right say arm the teachers, more arms means more protection. I don't think that's the solution. But a broken clock is right twice a day. Is this just one of those cases? I just think the situation is sad. But hey, when we're looking at a policy perspective, just something that crossed my mind. Transitioning to the second topic. So, I'm working, I'm doing my thing, the middle of the day today. And then Fox News sends out a notification on my phone. I have the CNN app, I have the MS Now app. So I'm well versed throughout the entire news apps and notifications for that reason. I got a notification Jim Clyburn is running for another term. I don't have a problem with Jim Clyburn. I may have a problem with the fact that he's 85 and he holds the influence he holds. I don't think it's a bad thing that there's a really influential congressman who's responsible for a lot of good in our history. And one of them, one of them being anointing. Well, let me go back. One of them, of course, being his legislative track record and what he did before he was in Congress. Let's just say that for what it is. But how he anointed Joe Biden. Joe Biden was going to fall. He was going to fall to the more extremist wing of the Dems. But Jim Clyburn thought differently. And I think Jim Clyburn either returned or gave a very big favor to Biden and really moderates in the country. But somebody with that kind of influence and somebody with that kind of expertise, I guess it's only natural for them to want to retain it. And he can always say, if my constituents don't want me there, they can vote me out. But really, can they? Is there? I mean, I'm just thinking as a constituent here or as an American. Is there any data that shows how, like, if you were to go and randomly sample his district, would most people say, yeah, I would vote for him, or they would say, I wish the ballot were different? What kind of tricks are being done to reelect incumbents in safe districts so easily, so often? That would take away from the argument of, well, we have term limits and they're called elections. So I do think it's time for the next generation to take over. I don't think it's time for Clyburn to step aside and not offer his expertise to a younger kind of candidate uh, over amazing lifetime that he's had. That's my 2 cents about the Clyburn case. Excuse me. Another headline goes, "Why not?" Right? I'm here. Florida just passed their legislature just passed a voting verification requirement, or they passed a bill requiring verification you're a citizen to vote. State ID, driver's license, and concealed carry permits all count as sufficient identification to prove that you are who you are and you can vote casting with that. I mean, I don't know what's required to get those kind of IDs if proof of citizenship is necessarily necessary was I guess necessarily necessary. Maybe that worked. But I'm sure it is if they already did it. But I'm looking at reporting from Florida itself. I'll put the link below. The major concession there is that this bill won't take effect until after the midterms. Why? I don't know why that's the case. If Well, first of all, I think Florida has a supermajority of GOP in their state legislature. But hey, they may have had to go back and forth with the Dems on this, which is not a bad thing. Nuance and bipartisanship is something that I feel strongly about. You know that. But so the bill was originally slated to take place in August, which is the right before the primaries that Florida would have been holding, and of course would have been in effect for the midterms. Why is it a concession to delay it past the midterms for this year? It, was there something logistical, or is there something political? I don't think massive voter fraud is out there, and I think mostly, almost like 99%, or let's call it 95%, because Michael Smerconish just had on the actual data of how many fraudulent votes were casted. So most votes are legitimate. Why postpone it? If people aren't scared of this legislation, why postpone it? I guess people could say so more people could get their documents in order and more people can vote because we shouldn't have any impediments to voting. That's a fair point. It's a fair point. And you know what? As I was talking it out, I sort of agree with it. Why not? And yeah, yeah. So those are the headlines I set forth. I guess I wanted to opine on and deliver it to you guys. I'm hoping I'm engaging with you guys in the comment section right now. I intend on being with you guys really soon. As soon as I get back home, I can't wait to just be back to normal life. And these announcements just don't stop, guys. But hey, wish me the best. I hope I'm either in the air or landing at home, and I have no idea how I'm going to function tomorrow. Whether I should go to work, whether I should take a day off and crash. But I've been away from the office for a week. I don't know. Um, yeah, yeah. Listen, I'm putting in my heart and soul into making a living. So that's. I hope it's working. Guys, I love you all, and I definitely wanted to provide a platform for you guys to mingle and just be together today on the stream. Please, 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 give me a thumbs up, send me an email, send me a comment. If you're not part of the newsletter, just click the link below and join the community. What we're doing here is awesome, and I hope this week shows you that I'm more than dedicated to the mission of nuance, community, and overall connection between all of us. So I'll see you soon. Have a great weekend, and make today the best it could be.